Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Steve Byrne here, aka PopandFresh87. That's what I go by on my Xbox and my Twitch account. And in this video we are doing another episode of the What If series. We are putting Tottenham in League 2 and giving them 5 years to see if they can return to the Premier League and win any major silverware along the way. We haven't altered any of their finances, so that the financial power that they have now is what they will also have in League 2. With that being said, let's take a look how they managed in League 2. So we start Season 1. Tottenham get themselves a championship win by winning the League 2. They played 46 games, won 42 of them, drew 3 and lost 1 to Salford. And they scored 112 goals and let in 22 with a really good goal difference of 90, and they finished top of their league with 129 points. But did they bring any players in during their League 2 period? Let's go and have a look. So in their first season League 2, they were happy with the squad that they have had, so they didn't really want to buy any players, which is fair enough. But they did sell a handful of players, but we are only going to be looking at the key players in the transfer activity. So we can see Song Myung-min has gone to Manchester City. They sold Davinson Sanchez to Leeds. Serge Aurier went to Lazio, Paolo Gazzaniga went to Zenit St. Petersburg, and Danny Rose went to Rangers. And we can see that the other four below are more like reserve youth players, so we're only really covering the key players. But yeah, first season, didn't want to sign anybody, but they've sold a handful. So let's go and have a look how they managed in League 1. Also a very dominant display in League 1 for Tottenham. They managed to win that quite comfortably by winning 39 games, only drawing 6 and losing 1 game away to Doncaster. They scored 111 goals, only letting 28, and had a really good goal difference of 83, finished that with 123 points. So they managed to win League 1 quite comfortably as well. But did they sign any players in League 1? So once again in League 1, Tottenham opted not to sign anybody. They have sold a few, key players, I would say, but they're happy with the squad that they've got in terms of bringing people in. But here are the people that they've sold. They sold Harry Kane to Manchester City. Sergio Reguilon went to Chelsea. Juan Foyth went to Guangzhou. Ryan Sessegnon's gone to Dortmund. And Stephen Bergwijn has gone to Norwich, as has Oliver Skipp. And Joe Rodon has gone to Nice. So they've sold a bunch of players. So they are going to need to buy a few players, I imagine, in the Championship. Let's have a look. The Championship wasn't any different really for Tottenham. They've managed to win that quite comfortably as well. They played 46 games, won 38, drew 4 and lost 4. Scored 118 goals, let in 32 and had a goal difference of 86. Pretty impressive. And they finished that season with 118 points. So Tottenham are back in the Premier League after the 3rd season. Did they finally choose to strengthen their squad in Season 3? Let's have a look. So Tottenham finally splashed the cash in the Championship. They spent £135 million. As we can see here, they've signed in Owen Winyao from AZ Alkmaar, Philip Suarez from Manchester United, Yannick Carrasco from Atletico Madrid, Mickey van de Ven from FC Volendam, Chris Mockery from Dundee, Lona Radu from Inter, Malik Mothersill from Chelsea, and Connor Buchan and Bob Richards from Ross County. And then they've brought in Diogo Wright-Phillips from Man City, and finally they've loaned in 3 players, Victor Lindelof from Manchester United, Hamza Chowdhury from Leicester and Ruben Vinagre from Wolves. But they also sold a handful of players. Tanguy Ndombele has gone to Chelsea. Moussa Sissoko went to Shakhtar Donetsk. Harvey White has gone to Newcastle. They sold Joe Hart to St Gallen, and they lost Iago Santiago to Atletico Madrid on a free. So now that they've got some business done in the Championship, they're hoping that's strong. A squad strong enough to compete in the Premier League. Let's see how they finished in their first year back in the Premier League. So as we can see, Tottenham's first season back in the Premier League, they managed to get a 7th place finish, which is good enough for Europa League football. But as we can see here, they only won 14, they drew 14 games, but they lost 10 in all. They only had a goal difference of plus 10, so they finished that season with 56 points. So they were even, quite a distance away from 4th place Manchester United. So I think most Tottenham fans would be fairly happy that they're got some European football to look forward to, but I think next year they're going to be looking to improve. So let's see if they've brought any players in to strengthen for Season 5. So during Season 4 they did strengthen. They brought in Joe Gomez from Liverpool, Juan Bernat from Paris. Then they signed Lindelof after his successful loan, I imagine, from United. Aaron Jones from Newcastle. Ivan from SPO. Mohamed Salah from Troyes. Sebastian Villa from Boca Juniors. Edvard Tagsev from Rosenborg. Eden Kartsev from Maccabi Tel Aviv. And Nuno Santos from the B team of Benfica. And they brought in a couple of free players as well. Madi Camara and ex-rival who used to play for Arsenal, David Ospina. And in terms of outgoings, they've sold 2 players to Lazio, and that's Ben Davies and Lonat Radu. Yaphet Tanganga went to Brentford, and then Maurizio Pochettino's gone to Reading. Then Malik Mothersill, who they bought, went to Watford under-18s, and they loaned out a handful of players. Harry Winks being one noticeable one. He's gone to Brighton. And then obviously a new signing, Wright Phillips, has gone to Rochdale on loan. Pochettino was also loaned to Nashville that season. And they've loaned out Mohamed Salah as well, who was, I believe, another new signing. So they have strengthened. So now we're going to Season 5. Let's see how they manage, see if they get better than a 7th place finish. Let's have a look. So their final season in this video, they managed to finish 7th once again, and this year they finished behind Arsenal, but they will only qualify for the 2nd Europa League, which is more if it's a new competition that's now out in real football, but it's kind of for the lesser teams, shall we say. So they're not going to be happy falling into that category, and it looks like Everton may have won themselves a cup competition to get the Europa League, and that's what may have cost Tottenham that spot. So 2 7th place finishes after returning to the Premier League. I'm sure the fans would have probably been hoping for better, but let's have a look who they signed in this season. So after spending 256 million, I'll be honest, I feel that they should probably finish higher than 7th place. They brought in Mohamed Ihataren from PSV, James Simpson from Birmingham, Calvin Stengs from Bayern Munich, Hayden Roberts from Southampton, Schwam Kuela from Spal, Dario Vizinga from Salzburg, and then Philip Cohen from Middlesbrough, Vita Hugo from SPO, Jonathan Gonzalez from Monterrey, Marcelo Herrera from Leeds, Vilda Polo from Atletico Nacional, and then Aries Montero from Braga and Hannibal from Manchester United on loan. And the players that they got rid of that season was Philip Suarez that they've signed. He went to Milan. Harry Winks and Eden Kartsev went to Brighton. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg has gone to Leicester. Sebastian Villa was sold to West Ham. And then Nuno Santos and Matt Doherty were both sold to Bournemouth. Keon Etete has gone to Atletico Pamplona. And Jack Clark went to Olympiacos. And then as we scroll down below, we can see there's a lot of reserve and youth players. Are there any loan outs that are worth mentioning? Not particularly. So that the top half of this list was the key activity really that they went through during Season 5. So with that being said, did Mourinho keep his job? Let's have a look. So during the course of this 5-year window, Jose Mourinho kept his job. He didn't get sacked and he didn't choose to leave. So he's gone from League 2 and he's back in the Premier League within 5 seasons. So Mourinho stays. But did they win any silverware along the way? Let's have a look. So apart from the silverware, which was League 2, League 1 and the Championship, they did pick up a pretty major competition win in their first season. Now obviously we've put Tottenham into League 2, but they were also in the Europa League that season, as they would be in real life. But as we can see here, in the 21 season, they were actually the Euro Cup winners. So they did win Europe in League 2. Then they were the runners-up of the Super Cup, and then they've gone on to win the Papa John's Trophy and obviously League 1 and the Sky Bet Championship. But other than that, they've not had any other, successes. The only success that they had was the Europa League in 2021, which it's a good success, but they've not had any since. And finally, let's take a look at Tottenham's most expensive players. So we're going to have a quick look at Tottenham's top 3 most expensive players. We can see here, number 1 is Mohamed Ihataren, who is a Dutch international rated at 70 million. So as we click on his profile, we can see He's got 46 caps and scored 11 goals for his country. And if we have a quick look at his stats, we can see that he's a product from PSV Eindhoven, and Tottenham bought him for 64 million in the 24/25 season. At number 2 is Troy Parrott. He is a striker who has 35 Irish caps and scored 21 goals. And in terms of his career, he started at Belvedere before Tottenham bought him in 17/18 season. He was then loaned out to Millwall in the 2021 season, and he's been a consistent player for Tottenham since they were in League 1, because he was on loan at Millwall when they were in League 2. So ever since then, he's worked his way through the squad and is now the second most expensive player for Spurs. And finishing off that list, we've got another Dutchman who's £59 million in value. This is Calvin Stengs. We can see here he's got 20 caps and 13 goals. Looks like he plays on the wing. Let's have a quick look at his career stats. He starts his career at AZ Alkmaar before eventually being bought by Bayern Munich for £26 million. Then Munich sell him to Tottenham in the 24/25 season for 40.5 million. And that just about wraps up this episode of Tottenham being in the What If series. If you've enjoyed watching this video and you've made it this far, then I'd like to say thank you very much. But until next time, I hope you all take care. Goodbye.